Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So happy Friday everyone. So today's video we're going to talk about the impact that artists, entertainers, the impact that they may or may not have on the young people in society, on society as a whole, but mostly the younger generation. Young people on a whole, they gravitate towards music, like to hang out, have friends, go to parties, and the music is always going to be there. Just remember when you were growing up, what songs you like to sing, what songs you like to dance to, especially Jamaicans on a whole. On Saturdays, we're playing music and cleaning up, in the house, playing music. We're used to that, used to blasting our music. We love music. It's a part of us. It's a part of our being or fiber. So it will always be there. Make a comment in the comment section if you think entertainers have a responsibility towards the youth in terms of the type of material, content, music, lyrics that they put out into the society. So music is the heartbeat of our society, shaping minds, setting trends, and influencing how we see the world. But what happens when the lyrics that fill our ears are filled with violence and negativity and, of course, degrading women and girls on a whole? Also, lyrics that are used to degrade girls and women on a whole. So, people of influence, say you show a loving countenance towards a lady. A lot of people start copying immediately and showing more love. If you're showing love, they show love because that's the type of influence you have. If you show violence and aggressiveness, then the younger people copy that violence and aggressiveness as well. And I know they do. Everybody was copying Michael Jackson, his talk, his walk, his clothes. That is the type of influence entertainers have on young kids. Young people on a whole, they are led towards certain celebrities and entertainers to copy from. They copy from them. If you're hearing uplifting music, happy music, how do you feel? As opposed to when you hear violent and degrading lyrics, what mind do you find yourself in? So lyrics are more than just words. They carry the power to inspire and uplift and motivate. Positive lyrics can build self-esteem, promote peace, and encourage empathy. On the other hand, violent and degrading lyrics can normalize harmful behaviors, especially in young, impressionable minds. That's where the core is. In a society plagued by violence, the impact of these negative lyrics is magnified. For young people who are still developing their moral compass, constant exposure to violent messages can desensitize them to aggression and contribute to a decline in moral values. In violence, school fights, and other forms of aggression, we all see them. We see the increase in the violent nature of the kids. They're carrying weapons to school and they're using them on their fellow students, even sometimes the teachers. Studies suggest a correlation between the consumption of violent media, including music, and aggressive behavior in teens. This can manifest in various ways, for increased school fights to more serious acts of violence. In society, we all see what's happening. You look around and you see it in front of us. A young girl with 3-4 kids and no one standing by her. These things were always happening. It was always a part of society. But they've exploded over the years. Jamaica's crime and violence, for 1 year in the 60s, maybe 50 persons lost their lives to, say, 50 to 100 persons. Every decade, it gets worse. Every decade. It exploded in the 70s and the 80s. The numbers just went crazy. Numbers went up astronomically, like out of bounds, when we hit the latter part of the 70s and 80s. It wasn't even as bad in the 70s. 80s, it started to just blow up. The murder rate was 800. That was 81. 800, and everybody lost their minds. And now it has doubled. So you can see it just getting worse, right, as the years progress. And what can we do to reduce? Is it possible? Is it past the point of no return? Because you hear so many times on social media, Jamaica has passed the point of no return. I don't believe anything can help. The place is toxic. There's a lot of toxic people around. They're toxic from their young. They're exposed to too much violence at the young age from babies. They cannot be helped. No amount of therapy can help it. Is this true? So teen pregnancy is often linked to a lack of guidance and positive role models. When the music that young people listen to promotes casual attitudes towards sex, it can influence their decisions, leading to outcomes that affect their futures and society at large. Many times you're on social media and you'll see comments like, towards the young girls, some very harsh, degrading comments towards a young girl just growing up, just teenager, trying to regulate themselves to step into young adulthood. And they are degraded the most ways, right? So you have extreme violence. I can't get this young lady out of my head, the one that there was a home invasion. Exactly about 1 year last year, this happened I believe it was in Trelawney. A judge is listening to this in the courthouse. Make sure you bring that hammer down on that person who committed that crime or persons and send the correct message. And I believe, this is my opinion, when you see a young girl going to school, you're trying to make advances to that person and that person is rejecting your advances, you take it to the next level and force yourself in that child's home or on that child whenever they're out in the public. You can't stand rejection, or you feel like the person must be yours regardless. Yeah, that one touched me to the core. Not getting a lot of information on it. I know there were people arrested for it, but we haven't heard of the outcome, if there's court case and all of this, right? So we need to follow that. We need to follow it up and see what happens, because if it's a guilty verdict, the hammer should come down heavily. And I hope they have the right person in custody, or persons. That was just a side note. Entertainers hold a unique position of influence in society. With their words and actions, they have the power to shape the attitudes and behaviors of their audience, particularly young people. This influence comes with a responsibility. Do you believe entertainers have a responsibility? Do you believe they hold a unique position of influence in society? There are many artists and entertainers out there that are using their platform to promote peace and social change, and of course, use their platform in a positive way to promote respect amongst young people. They use their social platform to promote social change as well, and also to elevate the minds of the young people. Every time I hear a song talking about the Black Queen or Black Princess, it does something to you. You want to hear it over and over again, as opposed to the degrading lyrics that just shame and chastise and demonize the young girls. and there's no part that is sacred anymore. Artists recognize this and choose to use their music to promote positivity, peace, and respect. They understand that their lyrics can contribute to societal decay or be a force for good. We need to see more young people coming out and speaking up about this, against this, getting involved in more community projects to help young people think good of themselves, to elevate themselves, to nourish their minds, to keep feeding their minds with positivity, elevating themselves socially, financially, and otherwise, and not just be down in the gutter and hearing these degrading lyrics day in and day out. So in a world facing challenges like violence and moral decay, the lyrics we choose to amplify matters. By promoting positive messages and rejecting harmful ones, we can build a better society for future generations. It's not just about the music, it's about the world we want to create. Let's join the conversation. Whether you comment below or you talk to your neighbors, friends, co-workers about this. How can we promote change through music? Please share your thoughts and spread the message. Please feel free to make a comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Take care of yourself and others. Bye for now. See you on the next video.